Welcome to our fire and emergency orientation training. To view the session, please click the mouse on slideshow at the bottom of the screen, then on the left side of the screen from the beginning. You can then proceed through the PowerPoint slides by clicking the mouse. When you come across the videos to play, point the mouse at the bottom of the picture and click on the arrow. Once you're finished, click the mouse to proceed, and my details are on the next slide. Please don't hesitate to contact me. Today's session will cover fire and evacuation, emergency, security, and today's about giving you all the resources to find around the place. Okay, it's difficult to cover all areas of emergency in the time frame we've got, so please use our emergency manual and emergency intranet site. The location will be discussed during the session. Or contact myself, Dale Smith, extension 29760, or you can also email me on that address. We start with fire. First of all, if you jump on Google, good old Google, fire definition comes up. Typically, fire comes from a chemical reaction between oxygen and atmosphere and some sort of fuel, wood or petrol, or for example, of course, wood and petrol don't spontaneously catch on fire just because they're surrounded by oxygen. For combustion reaction to happen, you have to have heat, fuel, and add fuel to the ignition temperature. A pretty simple way to cover all that is our fire triangle. So the fire is made up of three elements: oxygen, heat, and fuel. You take one of those elements away and that'll put the fire out for you. And that's basically what we're talking about today with our procedures. What do we like about fire? Fire is good when you're out camping. Toast the marshmallows by the fire, bit of cooking, etc. Really good stuff, good fun. But also, on the other hand, fire can be devastating. You see images like this on the news and that, where people have been caught in fires and people have those scars for life. If there's a fire in the hospital, you can lose patients, residents, visitors, and staff. You can lose vital equipment, particularly in around theatre. So theatre could be closed up for months. Patient records, you can lose patient records, and some areas could be closed down, like dialysis, oncology, and our urgent care departments. And people may have to travel to Ballarat or Melbourne to get those care that we do. Just some pictures like that, medical records, not a lot you can salvage out of that stuff. This is a picture of overseas patients' rooms. As you can see, very devastating. There's nothing you can really salvage out of any of that debris. So we need to have fire systems in place. So we'll discuss our fire procedures, talk about our area wardens, who they are, what their role is, evacuation procedures, and some fire prevention at EGHS. And also a couple of hints for fire prevention for home. Fire procedures. So EGHS works on fire procedures called RACE. Each letter of RACE stands for a procedure. We'll start to go through those. The first one is the R, remove persons from immediate danger. So what we're saying there, if you're in a patient's room or an office, etc., if there's a fire or something's developed there, you need to get everybody out of the immediate danger area. Second one is the A, which is alert. Our emergency number is 2222, or around the site we have manual call points. The C part is contained and confined. What we're saying there is if you've got a room and you've moved everybody out of the danger area, if you can close the doors and windows, it isolates that fire into that area and gives you a little bit more time to move away, evacuate, wait for the fire brigade, or go and get yourself a fire extinguisher and put the fire out. And the last one, we don't expect everybody to be firefighters around the place, but extinguish the fire if safe to do so. So around the site, we have 3 ways of putting out a fire. First one is our fire blanket. They're all located around our catering areas. Second one is our fire extinguishers. And the third one is our hose reels. Just to confuse everybody a little bit, we have 3 different types of fire extinguishers around the place. Now, they all operate exactly the same. They're all red, but they have different colour bands on them. The first one is our dry powder. About 95% of the place has these extinguishers. They're a dry powder extinguisher used for electrical and oil, paper and wood fires. And basically what they do is shoot out a chemical over the top of the fire and puts the fire out for you. The second one, more located in low strip because of the wood structure, is a water fire extinguisher, which is good to put out wood, paper, furniture, etc. And the last one is a funny looking one. It's got a black stripe on it and a fairly big nozzle, is what we call a CO2 extinguisher, which puts out electrical fires. So how do we distinguish which fire extinguishers to use? If you get a little bit confused, above every fire extinguisher will have a place card, which will actually tell you what the fire extinguisher is for. Even if you're up the street at the YMCA or anywhere like that, you'll find that those fire extinguishers will have a placard above it, and it'll tell you exactly what the fire extinguisher is for. So look out for those, particularly around in your area where you're working. The following 3 video clips, which I'll run through each one together, is how to use a fire extinguisher, a fire blanket, and a live hose reel. If you like to visit those videos, you can view them again on the emergency and security site, intranet, the EGHS intranet. When you hear the fire alarm, it will sounds like that. Once the fire alarm goes off, you head to what they call a congregation point. So have a look around the area or the areas where you work. Congregation point is a green sign like that, usually in around the reception areas of wherever you're working. And you'll go to and you'll get your instructions from the area warden. So who are the area wardens? There's a staff member in charge of the area at the time. Could be the supervisor, the office manager, or just simply the chef in the kitchen. Area warden, it's a picture of Mick who used to work here. The area warden has a folder located at the Fire Safety Control Centre. So have a look in the area where that is. And tucked in the back there behind the area warden folder is the emergency manual hard copy. So it's a good resource for you guys. The area warden role is to wear the red tabard and put on and use the emergency equipment that's available to them. They assume command of the area, address staff at the congregation point, activate the race fire procedures, direct the stages of evacuation, which we'll go through in a minute, and they'll do all the liaisoning with the emergency service and the hospital incident commander, who's in purge charge at EGHS at the time. You'll find all the information that we've gone through here, the Fire Safety Control Centre, particularly in our fire orders, and also a quick reference for you. If you're heading off to a fire, there's an incident happening, you'll find your fire orders on your name tags. In each of our buildings, we have fire prevention systems in place. We've spoken about the three of those, the fire blanket, the fire extinguisher, and the hose reel. Also around the place, we have fire detectors, smoke detectors, sprinkler sectors, and thermo detectors. Different to the ones at home, they're not battery operated, they're actually wired into the fire panels. So as soon as they detect some smoke, they go off, set off the fire panel, which sets off our alarm, which goes directly down to the fire brigade. Also around the place is manual call point, the old break glass alarm. Hit that, exactly the same thing happens, sets off our fire alarm and automatically goes into the fire panel down to the fire brigade also. Smoke doors around the place will automatically close. You'll still be able to go in and out them, but they will automatically close when the fire panel is activated. Electronic doors around the place, swipe card doors will automatically open, so you won't get trapped inside. When the alarm is activated, up on the right-hand side there, you'll see a window and will tell you exactly where the alarm is. For example, if it's in Garden View Court and it's room 23, it will come up Garden View Court room 23, and you read that and you'll be able to go to that area. Exactly the same when the fire brigade arrive. Even if you're not there, you're in the room attending to people or evacuating people out, they will have a quick look in that window and they will head to that area. Okay. If you proceed to the area and there is a fire, then just let the alarm keep going. If not, and you need to turn the alarm off, if it's 2 o'clock in the morning and everybody's panicking, it's a false alarm. You can hit 1, 2, and 3. First one is acknowledge, the next one is isolate, and the other one is isolate the external bell. So it will turn off the bells and whistles. It won't turn off the alarm completely, the fire brigade will still attend. If after 8 minutes the alarm goes into evacuation, it will sound like this. Then it will proceed to this and proceed to that. Okay, then the fire brigade, by the time that happens, they should be here by then. If after all that happens, we have to evacuate out of the building, we have 3 stages of evacuation. First one we spoke about is immediate. Get everybody out of the threat area. Second one is beyond the smoke doors, which gives you another safe department to go before you have to get out of the building. And stage 3 evacuation is where we've got to evacuate out of the building itself. When that decision has been made to evacuate the whole building, we've got different ways to evacuate. First one is human crutch. Second one is blanket drag. Plenty of wheelchairs around the place. The bed can go out if we have to. And the last one we have in all areas is what we call the LBAC map. And there's a quick video on the LBAC map. Once again, the video can be viewed on the emergency and security side. Emergency exits. All emergency exit paths are marked with the designated signage. Used to be the exit sign. Now they have the man running. All those signs are illuminated. Also, if the power goes down, they have battery backup. Also around the place, located everywhere, is the emergency maps. You'll find on the emergency maps, you'll see on the emergency map itself, it has little dots of red around the place. It will show you your fire extinguishers, your LBAC mats, etc., etc. And all the exits will be marked also. So have a look for those. Good little tip for the maps, because you're just new to the place. And they are "You Are Here" maps. So if you do get lost, have a quick look for a map and it'll actually tell you where you are. Also around the place, we have 5 designated external emergency assembly areas. So if we have to go out of the building, we need somewhere safe to go. And also on the evacuation map, they will have those around the place. So they are actually the car parks. So when you come to work in the next week or so, have a look in the car park where the emergency assemblies are. At the emergency assembly area, once everybody gets there, the area warden once again is in charge. They'll get all the evacuees in a group, ensure they are safe. Complete evacuation lists and determine if anybody's missing. So particularly why I say that is because the fire brigade will want to know whether they're going in to fight the fire or perhaps they're going in to rescue someone. And when the emergency starts, they report any persons missing. Building re-entry. Do not allow anybody to re-enter the building, and the all clear can only be cleared by the emergency services. We may go and have a quick look around, but there may still be a fire under the floor or in the roof. All the evacuation procedures, you'll find them at the emergency assembly at the Fire Safety Control Centre in the evacuation plans. They're also available on the emergency security site. Just to prepare yourself when you move back into your work area or work areas, know your location of your exits, the fire alarms, fire extinguishers, hose reels, fire blankets, fire safety control centre, your congregation point, your emergency assembly area, your fire orders, evacuation orders and maps, etc. Have a look around for those. We have training sessions which we advertise. Haven't done a lot through COVID, but we'll start those back soon. Read your emergency manual. It is on the internet site, but available in hard copy at the Fire Safety Control Centre. And know your area warden. Just remember, your area warden is the person in charge of your area at the time. A few little things at home. Buy yourself a fire extinguisher and fire blanket. Aldi has it on sometimes as a dual package. So buy one of those for yourself. Show your family how to use them. Install smoke detectors. Check your battery about every daylight savings. Have a family evacuation plan. So it's just handy to have a plan on the fridge or something. So, if there's a fire in the front of the house, the kids go out the back door to the back gate, or vice versa, they go to the front gate. So it's good to have some kind of family evacuation plan for your family. And a lot of apps around now. Probably the big app around at the moment is the emergency app. So have those apps on your phone. ABC radio is really good during emergency, so you'll be able to find out all the information that's happening in your area. And we'll move on to emergency. What is an emergency? An incident threatens life or causes us to activate the EGHS emergency procedures. That could be a number of things. That could be a number of things: fire, bomb threat, chemical emission, medical emergency, accidents, aggressive people, etc., etc. How we categorise these emergency is into emergency codes, emergency colour codes. So there's 8 emergency colour codes. The first one is the red, fire and smoke. We've just talked about those. Orange is evacuation. We've been through that. Purple is bomb and arson threat. Black is hold up. Grey is unarmed violence. Blue is cardiac arrest. Brown is external emergency. And yellow is internal emergency. Emergency codes are located on your name tag. So if you hear a code come up, you can quickly have a quick reference to your name tag to see what the code is. Just remember, each emergency code has a procedure or a team set up for it. So unless you're asked to go to a procedure, just remember there'll be a team heading off to that emergency. Just for example of that, the code blue, so medical team will go to that, the doctors and nurses. A code grey, we have an unarmed violence team, which is mainly the porters and the maintenance guys. They'll all head off to that. And if it's a code yellow, which could be a flood or a computer breakdown, etc., maintenance or IT may head to that. These teams are activated by emergency number, which is 2222. That call goes through to 2 emergency phones, one in IPU and one in front reception. And it looks like so. When you phone through your 2222, on the other end, the emergency phone will be answered by a person called the communication officer. And what you need to do for a code is to tell them the colour of the code and the location. Very important to get both those right so we get the team to the right area. The communication officer will then relay the message over the public address system, which details the code and the location. For example, code blue IPU, that activates the code blue team to IPU, and code grey, so the code grey team would head off to go and view court. Currently at the moment, code blue outside the main hospital is 000, so it's an ambulance. Please read the procedures for that. At the moment, we are just about to change over, and during office hours, there'll be a nurse response team Monday to Friday, and the call for that will be 2222. Also around the place, we have communication devices. We have two-way radios in case the phone system goes down. Each area has a two-way radio, and we also have an emergency scanner located in urgent care and down in Wollora. Security, during your orientation session, you will do some mocker training, so there'll be a little bit about security. I'll just run through this briefly. Valuables around the place, ensure that your items are secure at all times. You should have lockers in your staff area, and just leave your valuables at home. Also, swipe card access. We have a lot of swipe cards around the place. There's still some keys around the place, but basically the doors, make sure that once, as I said before, if the fire alarm goes off, those doors will open. We still have keys around the place. Please report your lost key to support service on 293351. And doesn't go to show that please close or lock doors behind you. We have a lot of iPads and phones around the place now, so please just make sure you keep your doors and windows secure and switch off your lights. Suspicious activity, any suspicious activity, you don't have to confront the person, contact your manager or ring 2222 for assistance. Contractors around the place, you should see if there's a contractor around the place, they should have a card, a green card like so. If not, contract maintenance on 29351. Those person should not be there. Security around the place, so the basic hospital is locked down 24/7 now. Some doors are alarmed. Just ensure they lock behind you, particularly around urgent care. Some doors are exit only, which is fire escapes. So through the night, if you duck out one of the fire escapes, you won't get back in again. Security prevention, we do porters around the place, who record lighting and open doors, etc., and lights that are out. Porters are also available to escort staff from night shift or afternoon shift, just to their cars. Parking around the place, there's designated parks for night shift, etc. So I just advise everybody not to park down in the not very well lit areas. Just keep in the well lit areas. Security response, as said, mocker training is included in orientation. We'll make a few dot points here. All staff are being trained in non-violence aggression training, just not you in your session, but we do it annually for the response team and every second year for nursing staff or other staff. If someone's hassling you or something goes wrong, 2222, announce the code grade followed by the location, and we'll get the team there for you. We also around the place, we have duress alarms. So just hit the duress alarm. There's 3 different styles there. Hit the duress alarms and that will activate the team also. The third one there with the 2 buttons on, you've got to push both those buttons at the same time. They're just the old style alarm. Once the duress alarm's activated, responsible team will come to the area and use their non-violence aggressive skills to de-escalate the situation. If it does escalate, then we just call the police. Security response after hours, we've got duress alarms in areas. Also, the porters are on 29320 all night. We also have another 2 porters on those numbers until 11:30. Nursing supervisors always available 24/7, also 29420. As said, the emergency number is 2222. The police, if you're on your mobile, is 000. If you use one of our internal phones, is 000. Security inquiries, office hours, police contact support services 29351. After hours, nursing supervisor on 29492. Resources on the intranet emergency security site. That's the intranet page. Go to emergency security. On that site there, policies, procedures, the DVDs that you've seen, the training videos you've seen are all on that site. If you have any questions, please contact myself, 29760, or email me, or just ask anybody and they'll get in contact with me and I can catch up with you. Thank you.